Welcome to Living La Vida in Japan. Ninja Eddie here with a special video game review. I have been living in Japan for pretty much 2 years now, and I want to do a video game review. Today I want to review Tsuppari Oozumou for the Famicom Entertainment System. Check it out! The title screen gives you 3 options: Start, Continue, and Battle, which is 2-player mode. After you select Start, you are brought to selecting your sumo name. If you can't read kanji, then I suggest pick what characters look cool to you, but for my name, I will pick Kaizan, which means sea and mountain. After selecting your name, you are brought to the sumo rankings. As you can see, it's a long ladder to get to the top. Then you are brought to your first day of the match. The game itself is very simple. The main goal is to push your opponent out of the ring or knock him to the floor. In the beginning, button mashing is probably the easiest way to win because your opponents are very weak. You have an energy bar at the bottom that will increase as you get stronger and will flash when you can do a special finishing move. After you win or lose, you go into this screen where the commentators will announce who won and how they won. After you win or lose, you go into your next match where your competition starts getting slightly harder and harder as you progress. The game itself stays true to sumo competition in Japan. A tournament is held for 15 days and offers the same tournaments they did in 1987, which were Hatsu Basho, Haru Basho, Natsu Basho, Nagoya Basho, Aki Basho, and Kyushu Basho. Is button mashing all you do in this game? In the beginning, it is a good idea, but as you face tougher and tougher competition, you will see that's not going to always work. Now if you compare our stats, there's no way I can win. You can button mash all you want, but you will be taken easily down. I am shocked that I survived this long. I did give a valiant effort, but he was too much for me. One thing I love about this game are the special moves. They're just awesome. Obviously impossible in real life, but that's what makes this game special. After losing quite a bit, I figured out the controls. In the beginning of the match, you can charge by pressing A or B. You will do the most damage by this move, and you can only do this in the very beginning. The B button will grab your opponent or deliver a hand slap pending the distance you are from your opponent. Pressing B and back on the control D-pad will execute a throw. Pressing B and up on your control D-pad will grab your opponent and lift them up. Pressing A will just push your opponent. Now you ask, how do you get stronger? After a certain amount of wins, you will be brought to this screen where you can power up your sumo as they eat more rice. After battling for 14 days, you will battle the tournament champion on the 15th day. It is very important to win this match because if you beat the champion, you will move up the rankings much quicker. The music stays the same throughout the game until you face the champion. In this one instance, the music will play something else, which adds more of a dramatic effect to the importance of the match. This is where my experience pays off a bit. I am definitely an underdog in this match. But I was able to counter all his moves and squeak out a victory. After the match, if you had a great record, there will be an announcement that you move up the rankings. After playing for quite a while, I'm still Maegashira, but ranked number 6 now, hoping to become Yokozuna one day. I can see why this game was released in Japan. It's pretty hard to imagine that a sumo wrestling game would be popular in the US because, let's face it, sumo is not very popular in the US. I mean, I'm sure there's people that watch it, but back in 1987, I'm not so sure about that. I mean, today with the media and all, it is more accessible, but back then, I'm sure a lot of kids would have been frustrated because this is a frustrating game, but it has its rewards. I mean, you need to have lots of patience in order to continue this game, and the only reason I continued this game was to see the ending. But then, you have moments like these where all your hard work paid off. It was a long road, but in the end, it was worth it. Now what the camera doesn't show is me jumping up and down. On this tournament, I went 14-1. I was Ozeki, which is one rank lower than Yokozuna. After the tournament, I went up the ranks to Yokozuna. And you're thinking, this is the end of the game, right? Not a chance. In order to see the true ending, you have to win the tournament 3 times. Well, in my experience, I won the first tournament as Ozeki, and then I won twice as Yokozuna. When I was Ozeki, I went 14-1. As Yokozuna, I went 15-0. The game itself, as mentioned earlier, stays true to the Japanese sport. It has all the rankings in the top division. You first start off at Maegashira, then go up to Komosubi, Sekiwake, Ozeki, and then Yokozuna. In order to move up the rankings, you have to have a winning record. In the beginning, it's very easy because since there are 15 matches, as long as you win 8, you're guaranteed a spot. But when you go up to Komosubi, you have to have at least 11 wins to go up to Sekiwake. That's when it starts getting very difficult. In order to move from Sekiwake all the way to Ozeki, you have to win at least 12 times in 2 tournaments. That's how long it took me to get to Ozeki. And then when you get to Ozeki, you have to win, well, according to the tournament, you have to win 2 tournaments in a row to become Yokozuna, but that wasn't the case for me. I only won once, and I immediately got catapulted into Yokozuna. Well, that wraps it up for this edition of Living La Vida in Japan. This is Ninja Eddie here, bringing you with the best reviews I can possibly bring. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to see other videos of me reviewing video games, please let me know. For my next review, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Maybe it'll be, well, it'll definitely be a Japanese game for sure. I just don't know which one. Stay tuned. Till next time. Hasta luego. See you later. Mata ne.